Good afternoon. I am Dom.
I am Jamie.
And welcome back to the cutting room floor. We've been keeping our word, and I don't even need to say it.
Well, actually, I do have to say this.
We got off schedule, but we did keep this word.
Well, I think we were going to do the 1999 David Fincher classic Fight Club, but we realized we can't talk about it.
We can't talk about that. Did we really talk about that?
No. No. I thought of that earlier.
But we have talked about that.
We've talked about it, but we haven't talked about it.
We haven't because we can't.
Yeah.
But we're gonna maybe can write about it. I don't know.
Maybe.
But we went back. We've been on like kind of a shitty movie streak, but not shitty, not like Jack and Jill shitty. Like a film that definitely lived in its time, but maybe someone 20 years old watching this now might not appreciate.
Yes.
Something like The Stoned Age.
Well, that's, yes.
A lot of people wouldn't appreciate that.
Yeah,
but
yes.
I did have a good time.
Did you ask Jerry about Bachelor Party? What he thinks about this movie?
I actually haven't. I don't know if he's seen it.
I'm sure he has. Yeah. He would have had to.
He's definitely seen this. This is right up his alley. Well, Bachelor Party, 1984. Who directed this?
Neil Israel.
What else he do?
I'm not sure. I know he co-wrote the script with Pat Proft, who was one of the co-writers of like Police Academy and The Naked Gun.
Nice.
And stuff. So it has actually good, like, I'd say good pedigree because that sounds weird, but as far as who worked on it.
It's got some weight to it name-wise.
Yeah.
Well, this movie...
Neil Israel. Hold on. Neil Israel. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tom Hanks starring. Old Tommy, young.
Moving Violations.
I've heard of this film, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, I think it's with Bill Murray's younger brother.
This is like
Joel Murray.
Sounds like a shitty version of License to Drive or something.
Surf Ninjas.
Oh God.
Combat Academy. Breaking the Rules. Hounded.
All right. I think we heard enough.
Hounded stars the kid who was Smart Guy. Remember?
Taj Mowry.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Hounded.
Hey, Taj Mowry. I remember Hounded. I actually have seen that film. I think it was a Disney film or some shit.
I think it might have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I was like, wait a minute, now it sounded familiar.
Now, I hate to say it,
but this is probably his best movie.
Well, it might be his best movie, but oh no, he must have just produced. Oh no, he co-wrote Bachelor Party 2. They did make the Bachelor Party 2. He and Pat Proft, it looks like, the guys who wrote this movie.
Well, that's great. Well, we don't need to talk about him much, but
you know what? He might have been like one of the guys who co-wrote like some of the Police Academy movies also, since he and Pat Proft did this. So
that would make sense.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
Probably a better writer than director.
Yeah, but not a brilliant writer either.
No,
but this movie isn't bad by any means. Like, I like, don't worry, I'm not gonna beat it to death or anything. But am I gonna say it was great?
Yes.
No.
You're like Adrian Zemed's performance.
I mean, he was good. He was rocking and rolling. He was in shape.
Especially like in the beginning, he is Rodney Dangerfield from Easy Money.
He really is. He really is. Yeah. Now that's a good film. We might have to do that soon.
Yeah.
That's I think people that's falling on the good side.
Yeah.
That's not a shitty movie.
Well, I realized what we should do next week because it's coming up to one of your favorite things. I want to say this now before I forget.
Yeah, put it in there.
It's coming up for the 20th anniversary of one of your favorites.
Like, what year is it? 2025. Okay.
So
something that came out in 2005. Yeah, 20 years. That's right.
In the middle of June of 2005.
Middle of June 2005.
So I was thinking next week we should do Batman Begins.
Oh, fuck yeah. I got the Blu-ray triple pack sitting right there. I'll pop that thing in.
Because
so good. Cillian Murphy. One of my favorite villains.
Because I did want to do,
and Ra's al Ghul.
Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League since Superman's coming out. And I realized it's going to be the 20th anniversary of Begins. And I know that's your favorite Batman movie.
It's my favorite Batman.
Because you haven't seen Batman v Superman or Justice League.
There's no way they can be topping Batman Begins.
Now,
because this... You know I'm an origin guy.
I know you are, but like Ben Affleck is Batman, written by the same writer as Batman Begins.
Okay.
So it's a little more comic accurate.
All right, Benny. You know I'm a Christian Bale guy.
I know you are.
You know
I know you are.
All right.
So, I'm sorry. Before I forgot.
That's cool. Let's throw some stats on here.
Please.
Rotten Tomatoes, 54%.
Wow.
So that's rotten.
Jesus.
It's rotten. Wow. IMDb, oddly enough, The Stone Age had a better score.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oddly enough. IMDb, 6.3. So that's not too bad, but Letterboxd, 2.9. Not great. So
wait. Did you rate this on Letterboxd?
I did.
What did you?
I'll save it for the end. I don't want to give it away yet.
Okay.
But it's not bad. But it's not great.
Because Felicia, this is one of her favorite films.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about
this is a Felicia movie.
It is. And we were talking about it at lunch today, and I was telling her like this one take I have of it now after watching it again. Because I've watched it with her a few times, and she was like, "You know what? You're right." And I was like, "I can't believe I'm right." and then I told her your take about how The Hangover is like a remake of this.
Yeah, bro. The Hangover was definitely inspired by this.
And you said The Hangover is better.
Well, The Hangover is better. Come on now.
It depends on. If you ask Felicia, she would say no.
That's insanity, bro.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's insanity.
And she told me this because I told her you said that. She said, I think it depends on the generation of the person who's...
You're right, because The Hangover would be your Bachelor Party.
Yes.
Because, dude, I was a senior when it came out.
Yeah.
Went to see it with all the homies.
Yes.
Packed house.
Yeah.
Fun-ass time. So my memories of it are great.
Yeah, and that proves the point.
Yep.
Because you would have seen that first also. So
I did see it first,
Bachelor Party.
Yep.
So it's like, now Bachelor Party's ruined.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was ruined, but...
Gary Grossman as Gary. is ruined.
But
and Bradford, whatever his name is, as Brad, is ruined.
It's ruined.
Yeah.
You're fucking ridiculous. Oh my God.
I killed a mule.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, let's get into this thing. So this film was about a very immature dude who's going to marry a chick that's real out of his league.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm like, how did Tom Hanks...
How you pull that rich, fine girl?
And the weird
she likes him.
And the weird thing is, Tom Hanks, even in this movie, because, him next to Adrian Zmed, you would think he would look like the worst choice.
Yeah. But he's the best choice, I would think, still.
But I mean, out of looks
wise, yeah.
But the thing is, like, Tom Hanks, he looks good in this movie.
He was not a bad looking dude. He's tall. He was in decent shape. Yeah. He had nice hair. He had the baby blues.
Like, he was a great leading man.
He was. And he had that charisma that girls like.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why he got her. He got her solely off personality.
Yeah.
She didn't see him like, ooh, he fine. Ooh, he got money. Motherfucker drove a school bus.
Yeah. For a Catholic school.
For a Catholic school. And that was his car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not like, oh, I'm a bus driver. I drop the bus off and get into my vehicle and drive away. No, I take that bitch home. Yeah. So, and you've seen that. You've seen school buses in driveways.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's your whole driveway. But whatever. So this dude, you see him picking up some Catholic kids.
If you ever get lonely after Vespers, sisters.
Dude, chill. So you do something different with your hair?
Yeah.
I'm like, she's covered up. I'm like, this fucking guy. So he flirts with he's joking around. But he's goofy. Here's the thing. This is the goofiest, most immature dude. Like, listen, I'm a man child because I don't have any kids, so I do whatever the fuck I want every day. I fucking skateboard, man. I fucking do whatever. But I don't act like this. Like this dude. Like I said, I was like, dude, he's supposed to be at least 25 or 6.
Well, yeah, because think about it. He was like 27, I think. Adrian Zmed was probably like 29 or 30.
Yeah, I'm like, that dude was probably 30.
Yeah.
And I'm like, his character's supposed to be at least 25 or 6.
Had to have been. But then again, look at Gary. He had like full mustache, receding hairline.
He was looking old.
And he's like, I mean, we'll get to that scene later with Gary. But like, how did Gary not know?
I don't know, bro.
Because like, it seemed like things happened. So how would he not? We're talking marriage, kids, the whole.
No. But so This dude, Tommy, you see him goofing around on the bus with these kids.
Yeah, what's his name? Rick Gasco.
Yep, Big Rick, Slick Rick. So,
young kid's Rick, reading Playboy.
He's reading Playboy. I think it was Playboy.
Yeah,
and they're looking at the centerfolds. Kids are gambling.
Yeah,
he's like, the house gets 10%. Yeah, I'm like, this guy. How dumb! Like he pulls the little Virgin Mary off, and it's like a hula chick.
Yeah,
it's goofy, it's silly, fun, 80s. Very 80s aesthetic. If you're an 80s fan,
yes.
If you like 80s movies, you will probably have a better time with this movie than most.
Yes.
But I mean, this movie ain't bad though, because like I said, it's got its scenes. There was a couple scenes I was laughing at.
Yeah.
But so he goes. Where does he go? He goes. He drops these kids off.
Oh, he actually goes to his friend first.
Yeah, because he goes to the homie.
Because it's showing it starts off,
he goes to the bar. Party. Yeah, he goes to the bar with the homies.
Yeah,
tells them.
Because first he goes, O'Neill, Jay O'Neill, Adrian Zemed, the great Adrian Zemed, and I can't say that enough because we usually mention Grease 2. He is in Grease 2. He's in Bachelor Party. Those are probably his two other than
most popular roles.
Other than like T.J. Hooker.
That's probably his best.
Yeah, William Shatner, Heather Locklear, Adrian Zemed, T.J. Hooker.
Heather Locklear was nice back in the day.
So it shows him. He's taking pictures.
Yeah,
because he's like a baby photographer.
Oh my God, that's right, with the chick with the giant tits.
Yes.
What did he say? If I was you, kid, I'd breastfeed till I was 17. I'm like this, mother. It was nice.
So it shows him taking pictures of the mom, and he's getting in the pictures.
He's getting in,
and then Rick comes in, and he just jumps
in. I'm like,
he's like, He's like, and then they go get Rudy.
Yeah, you just see how goofy these motherfuckers are. Yeah, they
how immature.
Oh my God! And Rudy's the worst one of them all.
Oh, Rudy is.
God.
Women, chicks.
I was like, okay,
he should have been in the Stone Age.
Cast the caveman. Yes, he should have been in the Stone. He was probably too old by then.
Yeah,
but he would have been. Man.
Oh yeah, if it would have been like time appropriate,
he could have been Crump's brother.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He could have been. Yeah,
it's Crump's brother's chicks.
Yes.
Give me back my checks. I'm like, this fucking guy. But so they go round up the band essentially.
Yeah,
they're all at their jobs. They're all at their jobs, and all of them are goofy. Every one of them's goofing off at work.
It's their like Seven Samurai, right?
They're getting everyone together, and it's got a National Lampoon's vibe to it too.
Yeah,
with like
which it would have to.
It has to for it to work, but. The goofiness of it all. And they go to the bar.
Wait, hold on. Because after Rudy's a mechanic.
That's right, he's a mechanic.
And he like fucks up that car.
Yep, he messes that car up.
And then they go to their friend Gary, the short, like, Jewish guy.
He's like, yeah.
He's like almost like a stereotype.
Yes.
And he's a concert ticket guy. And he's like, what? Boy, George has a yeast infection?
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, jeez. And I'm like, how did this guy get in the friend group?
Yeah, he looks like he's 20 years older than everyone else.
He looks old, which is like, that's cool if there's an old dude in the clique. Like, there's always
but apparently they're like old.
They're all school friends. That's what I was like, man. He aged 15 years faster than everybody else, bro.
So then they go to the restaurant where American Ninja's working.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. He was jacked in there.
He was. I guess he was always, because he is like a karate dude.
Artist, right?
Yeah.
So like, he's gotta be in shape.
He's like the best looking dude of the group.
He's definitely the best looking dude
the dumbest
of the group, and he's an idiot.
How do you pronounce that?
He does get the dime, though, in the chicks later.
He does.
He does come clutch with that.
Yeah.
But...
so then that's when Rick tells them when they're in the restaurant.
He's getting married, and they're like, what? And they're all pretty much telling him, don't do it. Pretty much everybody in the whole fucking movie's like, bro, don't do it.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, even Brad, who is married.
Who is married, yes. Like, his brother.
Oh, yeah. So, his brother's fucking miserable.
His brother's a piece of work. I was like, dude, you're married, and you acting more single than everybody?
Yeah, Yeah, his brother acted like how Debbie thought Rick
would. Yes. Yeah. So I was like, this dude's not gonna cheat on her. I'm like, not her. She is too fine. But it is crazy though to think she was only 22 in this movie. But then you see the girl, Tawny
Gatane.
Yeah. Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie.
And
best known for Whitesnake videos.
I was like Whitesnake
on the hood of the car.
Which, I know you love Whitesnake.
Oh.
So.
any band that names themselves after the lead singer's junk has to be, a great band. That way every DJ that has to say Whitesnake is talking about David Coverdale's crotch.
And I made up my mind.
Ain't wasting no more time.
No more time. So you see the chicks and the chicks at the job. First of all, the store this chick works at, all these chicks look like they're on 8 lines of coke. They're all dancing.
They do.
They ain't doing no customer service.
No,
they literally just all dancing. And I'm like, they're moving fast, like they at the club, bro.
Yeah,
that's not work. Like at work, if you're gonna dance, you just move around a little.
Can you wait till after the song?
Yeah, she's like, can somebody ring me out? And like, you could tell that lady was older. She probably, you know what? I think I'm getting too old to shop here.
Yeah.
Time to start going to JCPenney, bro. Whatever, Sears, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was supposed to be what, like Fashion Bug or something at the time.
That era is Forever 21.
Yes,
some shit.
Yes.
Yeah. So these chicks are ridiculous, but. You see Tawny, pretty lady, talk about...
And she's a redhead.
Was she a redhead?
She was a redhead.
She was like... It was like a copper color, yeah. I liked her with the gray wig, though.
Oh, yeah. When she was
that.
Incognito.
Little preview,
yeah. I understand, yeah. Because now you know what she would look like older. Yeah, you're like, all right, that's more my speed.
I'll take that.
You're like, when I'm cruising.
Yeah, when I'm cruising. Something like that. Yeah, you top of the list. So, so I'm like, earlier I was on Instagram. I was looking at Coralie Farja, who directed The Substance. She posted something on her story, and she's like almost 50. And I was like, she is looking good.
Hey now.
And I was like,
hey now.
Why do I like this? I was like, I don't even understand.
I think you just like mature women because there's something about the I want to say allure, but
it's something about them, huh?
Yeah, like they have. I want to say they have more experience, but I don't want that to sound bad.
Yeah,
like I don't mean in that respect, even though obviously, but I just mean like in the world, and stuff. They
get things.
Yes.
They understand things.
They
understand human nature more.
Yes.
It's interesting, but and I don't just look to them, but so these dudes, they're like, all right, we gotta have a bachelor party.
Yeah,
and it's gotta be lit. And they're like, we're getting hookers, strippers, drugs. He said something. The one dude says something. He's like, we're gonna get drugs, chicks, liquor, hookers. He names all this ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
shit.
Like women, chicks, and hookers.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of shit.
and drugs,
and it was drugs, booze,
alcohol,
all kinds of shit. He was just naming shit, and I'm like, all right. And while I'm watching, I'm like, it's kind of funny because like bachelor parties aren't like that anymore, really. Dudes don't really do the whole strippers, hookers things.
Did they ever?
Too much trouble now. Back in the day, when everybody didn't have a fucking camera in their pocket.
Oh yeah,
Now like dudes are like, bro, this phone's everywhere. There's people like,
like
my boy.
Bowling.
Yeah, my boy. He got married a couple years ago. We got an Airbnb in Philly. It was like 8 of us. We just got drunk, went out to some barcades, went to see the Phillies.
Oh, wow.
And hung out. That was it. All bros, no chicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
bros
out.
Over
Yep. It was
bros over chicks.
It was like
that rhymes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, we had a good time. We was broed out, but we literally didn't go to no strip club or nothing. I mean, we asked him too. We're like, bro, you want to hit the strip club? You know what I mean? We'll take care of you. He was like, nah, bro, I'm just trying to eat some good food and chill.
Wow.
And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he didn't want any like bad sushi.
Yo,
that's
so it's just funny watch.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I know. It's a bacterial infection.
But it's just funny watching this now because like I feel like the concept of a bachelor party like this is dead, which is kind of fun to watch, because it's almost like a retro thing.
Yeah, it's a relic.
Yeah,
of an ancient time.
It is because you don't see it much anymore.
Yeah,
at least not any I've been to or heard about recently. But the homies start planning this, and of course, he meets the parents and God, he's terrible.
Oh yeah, well, they already know him, and he is.
They know him, yeah,
because the dad hates his guts.
He hates him,
and they're playing tennis.
And he's not taking it serious.
Oh my God,
he's being goofy. He's playing baseball.
Yeah,
he's yelling out ridiculous shit, and the dad's got the little ass short Nike tennis costume on.
Yeah, and he's just dead serious.
So, bro, this dude thinks he's Roger Federer or some shit.
So, like, she comes from a family, so she would be a preppy.
Oh yeah,
at that time,
absolutely.
Because obviously Cole is definitely a preppy.
Cole is he's the poster child.
So
for preppy.
You watched Real Genius, right?
Yes,
he was in Real Genius.
Is he the dickhead who fucks everything up?
Yes.
I knew he looked familiar.
Yes.
I literally was like, God, I feel like I've just seen this guy.
Yes, you did. You did.
He's also a dick. I was like, literally, yep.
I was
like, he fucked everything up.
I think he and William Zabka were like the quintessential 80s assholes.
Douche bag a-holes. Yeah, just how like what's his name? Anthony Michael Hall was kind of nerd and everything.
Yes.
But yeah, so the dad flat out tells him, like, God, you ain't good enough for my daughter.
Oh my God, when he's telling him
that shit is so
wrong with him,
he's like, you're an asshole, right? Yeah. And he's like, and I'm cool with that. He's like, that's totally fine. But you want to marry my daughter, so there's a chance you have kids with her and make little assholes. And I don't want to fucking deal with that. Like, it was funny as hell. I was like,
and Rick is just there, like, shaking his head, nodding along.
He's still being a fucking immature. I'm not gonna lie. If my daughter brought this dude home, I'd be like, seriously, I don't even care that he don't have money or none of that. What the fuck do you see? I'm like, this guy acts like he's fucking 10.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, as charismatic as he was getting on my fucking nerves at points. I was like, I liked him a lot more towards the end.
Yeah.
Because as everything got chaotic around him, he calmed down.
He did, yeah.
So that's what I was like.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is when he's by himself, he's a total clusterfuck.
Oh my God.
but when everyone else around him is a total mess.
He became dad kind of.
Yeah, he's the level-headed one.
He did become the dad. Like, he still was having fun.
Yeah.
But he was like, we're going to have fun within reason.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of like me. Now, they took it a little too far. I'm not, that hotel room, that's probably fucking $2,000 a night. I ain't throwing no damn party like that in there. I mean, we got some chicks come over.
That was a huge hotel room, yeah.
I'm like, bro, this thing's like a fucking big-ass loft, bro. I was like, this thing's huge.
Yeah, that's where they stay in, like, reality shows.
I was like, there was multiple rooms in this hotel. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, the room him and Tony end up in at the end, that room was fucking nice. So I was like, this damn thing. But so he's like, yeah, we're gonna have a bachelor party, do. And so homeboy comes over. The preppy dude, you just said his name.
Oh, Cole
Hahn. Cole comes over, tall, in shape-ish. I thought he was fucking hideous. So I was like, this dude's ugly as hell. I was like, Tom Hanks is better looking than this guy.
But, he's that
he's got the
asshole.
Money. Yep. Got the money, the short shorts.
Drives a
Porsche. Sweater with the sleeves tied around his collar. Oh,
yes.
That kind of dude, country club membership, all of it.
Since this came out like 2 years before Pretty in Pink, he's oh my God. Ultron from Pretty in Pink.
James Spader.
Yeah, James Spader.
Well, I can't remember his fucking
I want to say like name. Shannon. It was a girl's name.
It is. It's Shannon. It is Shannon.
It's Shannon. Yes.
It's Shannon. Yeah, because the girl had a guy's name. It was like Bobby or something. Yeah, it was like Shannon and Bobby. It's like, oh, yeah, so Bobby, how's he? No, it was she.
Wasn't it Steph?
Steph.
Yeah,
His name is Steph. But there was another dude named Shannon.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah.
There was a girl named Bobby or Billy or something like that. So yeah, they were gendering it up with the names. They were he's like Steph before Pretty in Pink. He's Steph before Pretty in Pink. But he's going after a chick in his category though. Yeah. Because Steph wanted the poor girl from the wrong side of the tracks.
And it's Debbie's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
So she already knows. He already dipped his wig.
Yep. And he's like, don't like him. But the dad likes him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want her to marry you because obviously listen, people are more classist than anything.
Oh yeah, he wants to keep the money.
Keep the money in the family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, he knows he comes from money. They have money.
So he ain't got to worry about his money being burnt. All that. Of course, you know how rich people think. And I get it. You know what I mean? The rich want to stay rich. You think Elon's going to let any of his 14 laboratory created kids marry somebody that worked at Burger King? Hey,
he had a penile implant, so his shit would work.
Oh, okay.
Because he could afford it.
He sure can. He can afford it for sure.
Just like his buddy Taco.
Yeah.
You heard about that, right?
No.
Trump is this appropriate? Always chickens out, Taco. That's what Wall Street's been saying.
That's funny.
And a reporter, it was about tariffs.
Okay.
And a reporter actually asked him about it to his face. And whoever that reporter is, I think she's from CNBC. It's like, you're the boldest, greatest human being that has ever lived. Because now all I can think about is every time I drive by Taco Bell, I'm like,
go.
Trump always chickens out.
Yeah. Bell. Well, that's what he does. But so this dude,
Cole.
the dad, Cole Haan, he's the dad's like,
is that his last name?
No. Okay. This is a fucking shoe company. But okay. No, so Cole, the dad's like, listen, Cole, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to get rid of this dude. But like, do it the right way first. Offer him some bread. And he's like, if he don't take it, go to extreme measures. So this motherfucker literally is offering him money right in front of fucking Debbie.
Yeah, he's like $5,000.
$5,000. He's like, listen, all right, I'll throw in $10,000 and like a GE stove. And
yeah,
he's like, bro, he's like, you have a lot of money in spare appliances.
Yeah.
So I was like, why do you keep throwing it? He's like, I'll give you a brand new toaster oven. And I'm like, why do you have all these spare brand new appliances? Seriously. That's what I was like, why? I said that before Tommy said, I was like, you guys just got mad appliances to give away. But obviously he ain't taking the bait. I mean, none of that's worth this shit. This shit was nice. I mean, she ain't aged that great, but at the time it would seem like a good investment.
Yes.
So he's like, no. So they hop on the school bus, bounce out. And, fast forward, the bachelor party comes. And of course his girl is all, don't bang any girls, don't get any hooks. And he goes to see his brother and he's a doctor, and so is his brother's wife, and they both work at the same hospital, and the brother is fully planning to cheat.
It looks like they have a family practice.
Yeah. Because he knew them people in the lobby.
Yes.
Real personally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks like that was a nice little practice, though. That looked like a hospital.
Yeah.
I'm sure they just shot it in the hospital, because that wasn't no regular doctor's office, bro.
And the woman who plays his brother's wife was in Bosom Buddies with Tom Hanks.
Maybe he got her referred.
And it's Marty McFly's sister from Back to the Future.
Is that really her?
Yeah.
I need to watch that again. I haven't seen that.
Back to the Future.
I haven't seen it in a while. I've seen it.
You've obviously seen all three.
Of course.
So which one is your favorite one?
2, hoverboard.
Thank God.
Hoverboard.
2 is the best.
It's the best one. Don't bet on sports.
I love 2 because it goes back to 1.
Yeah.
And most of the movie is just like 1, but it's
1, but from a different point of view.
Yeah, it's
which
so
is dope. That's
that's
incredible. I was like, as great as 1 is, because I do love going way back to the 50s and shit.
Yeah.
But you get the weird shit with the mom trying to bang her son, even though she don't know he's her son, and that was some interesting music, Marty. Yeah. That's what I'm like. I remember everything that happens in it. I just haven't watched it in probably 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's one of the movies I watched so much as a kid. I can tell you everything that happens. Because Christopher Lloyd, one of his best performances.
Yeah. Marty.
It's your kids. I wanted a fucking DeLorean so bad as a kid. It's still cool.
Yeah.
But so they have a conversation. The brother's like, I'm boning. I'm getting some ass.
Yeah.
At this, you don't fuck this up for me.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone about what we doing. No hookers.
Yeah.
And of course, Tommy being the immature fucker, he goes and tells.
I'll make sure we get the hookers.
Oh, I was supposed to say that. He's joking around. They have a silly little scene, but the brother's like, yo, I am getting some tail at this party.
Yeah.
So fast forward. Dude, homeboy, what's his name, Gary?
Yeah.
He comes through, gets them a nice room. He invites.
No, it's O'Neill. It's Adrian Smith. Gary is the mustache.
Mustache, my bad.
Yeah, Gary's getting the hookers.
Yeah, Gary's getting the hookers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
O'Neill.
O'Neill is The dude from TJ Hooker?
Yeah, Adrian Zmed.
I fucked that up.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck recasting Gary. I wanted to recast him.
No, you didn't put Gary in there. You put Jay.
I put Jay.
Yeah,
Wait.
which Jay is O'Neill.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I was like, did I fuck that up?
His name is Jay O'Neill.
Jay O'Neill.
But they just keep calling him O'Neill.
Okay, thank you.
So when you actually sent the recast,
you were like, who the fuck is Jay?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, who is this? I know who O'Neill is.
My bad.
I had to look at the cast of the film.
Because I pulled him up in the cast and it said Jay. So I was like, oh yeah, Jay.
Yeah, so I actually had to go online and look. I'm like, oh, it's Jay O'Neill. Okay.
Who the fuck is O'Neill? Yeah, that's funny. So my bad, Jay
does not look Scotch or Irish.
No. So my man Jay,
maybe Greek.
Maybe, yeah, he don't. Bro, he's dark as hell. He's very Mediterranean.
Yeah, so he's definitely not like Irish, but his name is O'Neill.
Yeah, maybe he was adopted. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be.
So
I mean, George Michael was Greek.
Yeah.
John Stamos
looks Greek.
Because remember all those Greek yogurts he used to donate his seed to, I guess.
Jesus.
That's what so thick and creamy. Gross. Oikos.
Gross. So these dudes, they get a fucking dope ass hotel room. This place was lit, man.
Oh yeah, he blew up the balloons himself.
He blew up the balloons himself. They were condoms.
Yeah, how creative.
And he had the room decorated all nice. It was pretty cool. Nice friend. Good friend to do that for you. Because I know that room cost some bread. So
and look, he's a baby photographer.
Yeah, bro. I'm like,
money.
This motherfucker took a loan out. This motherfucker took a loan out to get that room. He was like, Dad, can I borrow like $4,000 for this wedding?
Honestly, Rudy or Gary were probably making the most money out of all of them. Yeah. Michael Dudikoff was working in the restaurant. He was the waiter.
Yeah.
Adrian Zmed is like the baby photographer. Tom Hanks is driving a school bus.
Yeah.
At least the one dude's a mechanic and the other dude is like a
maybe they
promoter.
all pitched in.
Maybe, yeah.
I would hope
that
so.
Could be,
I would hope so. They probably all pitched in. But it seemed like he orchestrated it all.
Yeah.
And so they invite the dude who they ain't seen in forever. Brad, who's going through a divorce. And he is a miserable piece of shit. I would be like, who invited this motherfucker? He's a party pooper, a downer, even though one of my favorite scenes is with him.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. We'll talk about it.
For the last time, could you get off my luggage?
Yes, right? When he's rolling, that was funny. When he's rolling in, I'm like, this guy, bro. He's clearly on drugs. He's like, you want to split a lewd? I'm like,
yeah. Two on a lewd is
bad luck. Yep. That's what he said. And so I'm like, these guys. So they're like, all right, let's get it popping. Homeboy was supposed to get the hooks, but your boy Cole Haan intercepted him.
Oh yeah, intercepted the prostitutes.
Yeah, he intercepted the prostitutes and sent him to the girls' bridal shower. So these girls are having fucking sipping champagne and just talking, and these fucking chicks pull up to the house. And they start giving him a show,
yes,
to say the least. And it's funny as hell because the black chick, you can tell she's just so excited to do this scene. Yeah, you can see it all over her face. She's like, "I've been waiting to do this shit,"
and she looked good.
She did. I was like, she had a nice body. But they watched this for a while. I was shocked at how long they watch these girls do this stuff, but. Of course, they think the guys pranked them, and so they're like, well, we're going to get back at them, and we're going to go out.
Go to
Chippendale. So they go out, and homeboy's working.
Yeah. Their one friend works
there. One homie's supposed to be working, so he's like, he calls him up. He's like, hey, yo. He drops a dime on the girls. He's like, bro, somebody here you might be interested in. And like her mom's there with them.
Yes.
And the stupid, like, I don't know if it was her sister or her cousin. Yeah, it was her cousin.
Yeah.
Who's super bitter about her own marriage. So she thinks she's stupid.
All manner are terrible.
Yep, all of them.
Unless they're Asian.
Apparently she had yellow fever. So we'll talk about that. But But so they pull up to fuck with him, and they get this dude. What was his name? Rick the Dick.
Nick
the Dick.
Yeah.
And he's like, is it Mr. Dick?
Yeah. Is it Nick or is it Mr. Dick?
Yeah.
Nick.
So they put this dude's dick on a hot dog bun, and they give it to the mom. and she grabs it, and it's this silly scene, but they see they're there.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're going to get them back for fucking with us. So it kind of turns into like a mini prank war.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
These two parties.
It's almost like a sorority versus a fraternity.
Versus a fraternity, yeah. That's really what it is.
Yeah, so you're right when you say almost like an Animal House.
Yeah, so I was like,
it's like childish pranks.
Yep, it's childish pranks. I was like, it's got this National Lampoon's vibe, but when they're at the hotel, it had a Hangover vibe to me.
Yeah.
Because then the movie does eventually shift to them just all being at the hotel.
Yeah.
And everybody's trying to fuck with them at the party, but they're just failing miserably.
Yeah.
Like, so Cole's there, like, bro, and at this point, they get back and people just start pulling up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the band's here, bro. Yeah. It's like a 10-man band. Yeah. I was like, bro, how many people are in this fucking band?
Yes, yeah, it's like, crazy.
I was like,
and then one of the best scenes, Adrian Zemed singing Little Demons. He's singing
the song, yeah. Like he had a shirt off with like just a tie on or something. Yeah. And like they were getting it popping though, bro. Yeah. People were just, I'm like, y'all don't even know these people. I'm like, it's just people dressed weird. Chicks are just jumping around, no shirt on, titties bouncing. They're having a good time, but it's a clean good time.
Oh, yeah, because I think Gary gets other prostitutes.
Yep, he gets some more hookers from the Indian guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, my God, he is.
He's got some of the best quotes. That scene was funny, especially when he comes to get the girls.
Yes.
And he almost gets shot with that arrow.
Yeah.
He said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I was like, oh, my God, bro. I was like, that was funny. He's like, you're a pimp? I was like, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets we'll just talk about the scene real quick. It's funny. So homie goes to get new prostitutes, and the dude's like, look, it's an Indian guy standing in front of a building, and he turns around, he's like, you're the pimp? He's like, I'm about my money. Like he's like a hood Indian dude.
He is.
He's like, yo, yeah, you can get the girls. You got 45 minutes, not a minute longer. If you take too long, this 6'9" giant motherfucker is going to come up there and what did he say? Pull your nuts off? Something?
Yeah. I think that's what he said.
He's like, he's gonna pull your nuts off.
Yeah, right? I shook on my
nuts. That's what he said. Yeah, I just shook on my nuts. So they get hookers. Dudes are pulling up. They got beer, drugs, everything, and it's a good, clean time for the most part. Everybody's just kind of having fun. All the dudes are really just being frat type dudes, getting drunk as hell, being goofy, dancing around, except this motherfucker's brother.
Oh, yeah.
This dude.
Oh, yeah, he's like,
I told you I'm about this shit. He went, got some hooker, fucked her in the room, was like, hey, baby bro, she's all ready for you, cuz.
Did you notice in that scene, his shirt is wet?
It's wet. I was like, yo, what was you in there doing? Did she squirt on you?
But it's like wet in like different areas. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Sweat? Is it? I'm like, man.
It couldn't be sweat. It was like two big spots.
Bro, she milk him? I don't. He was all fucked up.
She was getting nut milk. That's how you get almond milk.
Yep.
You milk nuts.
You milk nuts. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude looked like he ran a marathon. I was like, he was in there acting a fool. So, and he's all like, yeah, bro, it's all lined up for you. Get up in there. And he's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Rick.
Dude, then late, but he's not about it. He's like, dude, I got a good girl. I don't want to cheat. What I need to cheat for?
Yeah.
And all the homies try and get him some ass.
Yeah.
Homeboy is like, yo, you remember that chick from school?
Yeah, what was her name? Like Tina or something?
Tina or something like that. I mean, she had a nice little body. Shit. I'm like, listen, a girl this good looking wouldn't just be waiting on standby for Tom Hanks, who drives the school bus, to give her a call so she can fuck him before he gets married. So
it was probably a favor to O'Neill.
Yeah.
She was probably on standby for O'Neill because then later on, when Rick's like, I couldn't do it, I just lied to you. Then she's hanging on O'Neill's arm.
Yep, yeah, and then
why wouldn't you?
She's willing to go help out the team.
Yeah, she is.
And it's funny because we keep watching these movies where bros are just passing chicks around like joints.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they are.
The Stone Days. She's like, bro, I know I've been banging this bitch all night. But dude, she's gonna blow you, no problem. Yeah. Come on up. It's like what? Homeboy's like, yep, just laid it out. All set up for you, fellas. Like, God damn, I don't want your sloppy seconds, bro.
Yeah. Or 12. How long were you in there?
Hey, bro, smell it, right? You went 2-3 rounds. You got the most of your money tonight. So they Cole's across the street trying to disrupt the party.
Yeah.
This motherfucker think he Tom Cruise or some shit. I don't know. He starts shooting arrows from across the street.
So he's Ethan Hunt before Ethan Hunt.
And he's dressed in all black like he's on some fucking mission.
Yeah.
But he's got his lights on and you can see him clear as day in the window.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you've never been an assassin, bro. So
I love when they're looking for the room, the way Tom Hanks is walking like to the room. He's like walking all like,
oh yeah,
crazy.
yeah, like they're on some fucking mission. So they're like,
yeah,
all right, we're gonna go ahead and fuck with this dude. We gotta get him back. So they take the girl Tom Hanks was supposed to fuck.
Yeah,
and she's like, oh, I'll fuck him, to get him distracted. And dude, she goes in there and like. Just like any normal man, just gonna hook up with some random chick who pulls up to your random hotel room.
Have sex with me right
now. And he's like, yeah. I'd be like, this is the biggest setup.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm calling the police if you only go away.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. I'd be like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Go away. But he has sex with her like an idiot, and they bust in, break up the party, tie this motherfucker up with sheets, and suspend him from the window, from the bed. Yeah. And of course, his weight's going to pull the bed.
Oh, naturally.
And it does. And it starts coming undone. And he falls on a car, which if this was real, he would have died.
Oh, wait. Well, that's why they had the window open.
Of course. They had the window open. The top was down. He still would have died.
Yeah, it's this couple.
You see how slow he fell? He fell in it like nice and calm. This couple's in it. Because they were about to have sex before in the room.
And then the guy's like, hey, it's a nice full moon tonight. And the guy's ass is right out the window.
In the face, yep.
Yeah.
And so he's all embarrassed. He's crying. He's scared, acting like a little bitch. Oh, they got me. Because they fucked up his Porsche. Yeah, the homeboy took the Porsche. Oh, yeah, Rudy. Made it all fucked up.
Yeah.
But who does he run into? What's his name? Ed?
The dad. He's because the elk guys, the beer guys.
He had to come in and do like a speaking or whatever.
Because like Elk's Head beer.
Yeah. And the two guys in the suit, terrible.
Yeah.
You never want to be the ass in one of those.
Never.
But
there was an ass.
There was an ass in one of those. There was an ass and an ass.
Yeah.
But the party's getting all crazy. The dad's like, listen.
Wait, why did Rudy and I think Michael Dudikoff's character was named Mike. So why did Rudy and Mike go and get because the one hooker was like in Clerks 2.
Yeah, she was a donkey show girl.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted in Clerks 2.
Yes.
Instead they got what was his name?
Kelly the stud.
Kelly can be a guy's name too.
Yeah, so this is kind of you think Clerks 2 may have been influenced by Bachelor Party.
Absolutely was like I mean, Dante was getting married.
And obviously Randall would have seen Bachelor Party. Yes,
I was like, absolutely Kevin Smith was watching Bachelor Party. I definitely thought that.
I'm surprised that...
I was like, Todd Phillips and Kevin Smith were watching this film.
I'm surprised Randall didn't want to, like, do oral surgery on Dante because of how many times he's seen dental school.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. Oral surgery.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh.
Yeah. I just meant I just meant because of dental school.
I want to see I wish it was real. I just wish it was real. But these guys, so the dad's like, dude, get your shit together.
Yeah.
To
you look
Cole.
terrible.
He's like, you look bad, buy some clothes, all that. He's like, we gonna break this shit up. So the dad goes up there trying to be hard. And of course, they outsmart him.
Oh, naturally, because it's Tom Hanks.
It's Tom Hanks. And you're in their playground. They got this set up. So he pulls up. They tie this motherfucker up in a room full of hookers.
And luckily, O'Neill, who's a photographer, has his camera.
Takes a shit ton of great pictures.
Yeah, S&M pictures of the dad.
Of the dad with gag in his mouth and the whole nine. And then, of course, the girls show up. Naturally.
And
but they're all dressed like hookers.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to, pretend to be hookers to play tricks on them. But they end up with these Asian guys who ordered some hookers.
Because Milt is there, the muscle for the Indian pimp.
Yes.
And Milt gets on the elevator.
This is where you're going.
Yeah. So you hookers?
You're hookers? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, so they end up...
you hookers?
Like, what a weird question.
I don't think I laughed watching it, but now you spin it back. I'm like, yo, that is what he fucking said.
That is what he said, yeah.
Are you hookers?
But the thing is, he works for the dude. He was there.
You should
with
know
the hookers.
who are.
Yes. That's the crazy part.
He's like, I can't keep track of you, bitches. So yeah, he's like, this is where y'all going. So they go, and the cousin takes one for the team, and totally has an orgy with all these Asians. They gangbang this chick.
Yeah,
a bunch of.
She's like, your prayers have been answered.
Yep. And they were like, oh, they were getting hyped. So they finally end up at the right room, and of course they spot her before she spots them.
Yeah.
And the homies are like, bro, we got a surprise.
It's Gary.
It's Gary.
Gary and Stan, the brother.
Yep. They're like, bro, you got a surprise visitor. He's like, hey, don't say shit about, what I've been doing tonight. The brother, what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because, now his wife's there too. And so he sees her. He's like, all right, bro. He's like, tell her to go in the room and wait for me, bro. And so he sets it up, and he goes in the room, and she's in there like, yeah, you're the lucky guy. And he's like, yeah. And he knows it's her, obviously. And he starts being goofy as hell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honey, if you don't know he knows by the way he's acting, like, listen.
And she was acting
I don't care how immature or goofy you are. No dude's gonna act like that with a chick the first time they fuck him.
No, not at all.
I'm like,
you know them, you're comfortable with.
Yes, not the first time.
Yeah,
like I don't care if it is a hooker. You're still gonna be a little nervous. You know what I mean? So he was acting a fool, and she's like, "Oh, you asshole!" And he's like, "Bitch, I knew it was you. Quit bullshitting."
Yeah,
and she's like, "I don't know if I can marry you. You a dog." Woof woof. And he goes, he goes back to the party, and he's like, guys, everybody here, I hook up with anyone tonight. And everyone's like, no. We've been trying to.
Yeah.
Fucker won't take it. And so she's like, oh, how sweet. And he's like, oh, look, here's your dad.
Well, no, because he's like, well, what are we going to do about it? And she's like, let's get naked. He's like, great.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, not that room.
Not that room. Yeah.
Yeah. And then... yeah, she's like, Daddy.
Uh-huh. And he's like, ooh, he's all gagged up.
And that's when you see O'Neill is like, he is such natural.
Yep, he's being goofy.
Yeah.
And so the dad's like, shit. But,
and then the cops show up.
Cops pull up, which took forever. And he's like, all right, kick in the door. Wait. I got a key.
Yeah.
I was like, that shit was funny.
Yeah.
So, because I'm shocked. Like, I'm shocked they let this party go on even remotely close to how long they did.
It was all night long.
That kind of, no, but it sounds like they had the whole floor to themselves. Because they were like, he's on floor 10. They didn't say a room.
Yeah, it was 10:02.
Oh, it was 10:02. Okay.
Yeah, because when they're walking there, O'Neill is like 10:03, or maybe it's 10:03. It's one of those numbers.
So there's probably only like a couple rooms.
Yeah, there would have to be because they're all connected.
Yeah, that room is huge. So like, at most 4. You would kind of have some privacy. Yeah, it'd still be wow, bro. Like they had a band. Like
the people underneath them are probably like, what the fuck?
Like, what the hell is going on? So they break up the party, but it's cool. Everybody runs out. They scat, man.
Yeah.
Like they scat big time. Everybody runs, and they get away. And of course, what happens after that? How does this shit?
Oh, so they get separated. Debbie and Rick get separated, and Cole takes her, kidnaps her.
That's right. In the worst kidnapping scene of all time, because she's like 5 feet away from them, screaming, and they
can't hear her at all.
I'm like, this is terrible. I was like, come on now. They wouldn't have got that far. He steals like. What, a construction truck?
Yeah, because the guy's doing the code.
And he's still trying to lay him down. The dude's driving like shit. And he's still trying to lay the code.
I'm actually like, hey, in the bus.
That was funny as hell, actually. I was like, this dude. Because I was like, this guy's probably an actual bad driver. So he's like, yep, that's how he does it.
Yeah.
So that shit was funny. But of course, they get her back. And,
wait, they go to a movie theater.
Oh, yeah. Yes. They go to the movies and they have this ridiculous, funny ass fight though. So they go to a 3D movie, and all these people are wearing, they're all wearing the glasses from back in the day, the red and blue joints. And they're like,
the best 3D I've ever seen.
Because I've seen better. And he punches her in the fucking face. And that shit, she said, that shit was funny. I was cracking. That was one of the funniest parts. Because they were, and the way it was actually good fight choreography because they did make it seem believable that these people could be watching it in real time like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's funny. He's like, damn, this is great. This has come a long way.
Watching this film and think about Clerks 2 and the 4:30 movie.
I was thinking about 4:30 movie.
You know, Kevin Smith obviously was a fan.
Yes. Because I was like, as I thought of Clerks 2 and 4:30 movie. Yes. I was like, it's literally by the end, I was like, Kevin Smith and Todd Phillips were absolutely watching this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, without doubt, because I was like, this reminds me of the whole Captain Blaster thing from 4:30 with Logic and shit. So that was funny. But yeah, I was cracking up. So that scene, he beats up Cole, you know, and I mean, shit, he was giving him some work. I'm like, Cole, for a big preppy dude, you can't fight for shit, bro. I'm like, that's that country club fighting.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, he get whooped on the streets. So, you know, long story short, they get married. They have a good time. It's funny. They both look great. Everybody's cool. And they get on the school bus and go around. And what does it say? Just fucking on the back?
Sex.
Just having sex. Just having sex on the back. And we live happily ever after, I guess.
Well, I don't know, because Brad is taking him to the airport.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who knows what that guy... Yeah. That guy was an issue, bro.
Yeah.
But when we get to rewatchable scenes, we'll talk about my favorite scene with him, though.
Okay.
He did have me laugh in one scene. So
and that's the movie.
That's the movie. And, you know...
And it introduced the world to Tom Hanks as a movie star.
As a leading man, a star.
Yeah, because he was in TV shows before that.
Splash was the same year, though, right?
I believe it was, but I believe
it was after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Splash was after. So.
Yeah, because I will double check that, but I believe, because either way, you know that this film was probably filmed before Splash.
It was definitely filmed before Splash.
So,
because if he would have had Splash, he'd be like, you know what, I might not do Bachelor Party.
Oh, I don't know. Splash came out March 9th, 1984.
Oh.
I didn't realize it was that early.
Damn. I thought that would have been like a summer release or a spring. Bachelor Party was what, summer release?
It seems like it would have been.
Definitely feels like a summer movie. But
I wonder if they it didn't come up like with Splash. Let's see. Oh my God, June 29th.
Wow.
So it was actually a couple months later, but I'm sure
he probably still shot fucking the other one first.
Yeah, because if you're starring in Splash, you're not going to do Bachelor Party. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, that's what I was like. He would have definitely probably not did Bachelor Party knowing he had Splash coming out.
And actually,
or he was just trying to stack bread.
They probably filmed this first. And once Splash came out and was a hit, they were like, "Oh,
we got Tom Hanks. He's a guy.
Yeah,
let's get this Bachelor shit popping."
Yeah.
Well, not a bad film. I had a fun time with it. I won't give it a grade yet.
Okay.
I had a good time with it for the most part. You know, like I said, there were some scenes that were funny. The final fight between the two dudes is good for a comedy movie.
Yeah.
All right, MVP. I think it's pretty fucking obvious.
Adrian Zmed.
He could be a second MVP.
Yeah, but Tom Hanks obviously MVP. Tom Hanks carries this whole movie.
He put that shit on his back and he ran around with it. Yes, for sure.
But actually, Adrian Zmed, for being like,
I would give him a co-MVP for sure. He was definitely the next dude. That was like he was good
at the time. He was probably more of a name than Tom Hanks.
He probably was. Yeah. Even though they're like, this guy's a leading man, but they're like, we need somebody strong there in case he sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, peak season. Tawny Katan.
You haven't seen Witchboard, which is another 80s movie she's in. I know you like horror movies, right? That's another one of Felicia's favorite movies.
Let me see.
She might just be Tawny Katan.
Fan. Yeah. Let me see what Witchboard has on Letterboxd real quick.
Oh, my God. 1.2.
Because, bro, that's funny. You haven't seen oh my, it sounds like a movie my mom would like. 1986 Witchboard. Is that Molly Ringwald?
I don't think so.
Oh no, there's just some. Is that her as a super redhead? She is a redhead, bro. It has a 2.8. It's only one score lower than Bachelor Party.
Okay, wow.
But my boy rated it. He gave it a 1.5 stars.
Oh wow. Hey.
Maybe I'll watch it though. You know, fucking 80s night. I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'm watching shitty 80s films. So.
Yeah, because it's like
I'm saying Tawny Kitaen. Bachelor Party is definitely more known than fucking Witchboard.
I would say, believe it or not, her and maybe Adrian Zemed.
Adrian Zemed too. He could be a
honestly,
co-peak season.
I wish he would have had a better. What?
You would say TJ Hooker?
Well, I separate TV from movies.
Oh, if we're going movie,
yeah.
His peak season.
Because even though Grease 2, he's a big part of Grease 2.
It's a terrible film. This is definitely aged better than that.
I mean, him, Adrian Zemed, Christopher McDonald.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of stars in it.
Michelle
Pfeiffer. I was like, still fine.
Pamela Adlon, when she was super young.
What the fuck was she in?
Better Things. The TV show.
Still ain't seen that.
Louis, that Louis C.K. show.
I've seen Louis. Is she's the main chick?
Well, yeah. For a couple seasons, she's like super short with dark hair.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She's
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tawny Kitaen and Zemed.
Zemed, yeah.
Best quotes.
All right,
I'll throw some out here.
Yeah, let me find it. Here we go.
If I was that kid, I would breastfeed until I was 17.
Yeah.
I'm getting married. We're still going to wear each other's underwear every Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what did you say? We're still going to go bowling every Monday?
Thursday or something like that. Yeah, it was normal shit.
And play poker
on Friday. Yeah,
wear each other's underwear on Sunday.
Yeah, it was normal shit. It feels like yesterday I showed you how to give a blowjob.
Oh, and all the guys, suddenly guys come out of nowhere.
They come out of nowhere, yeah. I hope you like potato salad. It's the chunky kind.
Oh, yeah, because there's potatoes on lettuce. Like, that's actually funny.
Guy. I was like, that's what he said, such a National Lampoon's feel like that. Why don't you say nothing to... Wait. Tina, fuck, I don't even know what the fuck I meant here.
Wait, what does it say?
Why don't you say nothing to, and then I had Tina. I don't know what the fuck, I don't even know what quote I had there. I'm sure I had it in the moment. Sorry.
That's all right.
Nah, I don't even know who Tina is. I think you're an asshole, an immature asshole, and that's fine. Usually I just have a ham sandwich for lunch. Or jam sandwich, sorry.
Oh, yeah. You know what that is.
Yep.
Take 2 slices of bread, jam them together.
Like, this guy. This big lug is in love, and he's got a lot of appliances laying around.
Oh, yeah.
2 on a Quaalude, that's bad luck.
Yeah.
You just ate Purina cat chow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that weird chick.
Yeah, did he wear this dip? The one that was dancing
Yeah, she was dancing there, too. There was no music on.
Hold on really quick. With Mr. Thompson. Rick, let's cut through the BS. I'd like that. I think you're an asshole.
Yo, it's terrible. As soon as you get married, everything changes. I was like, oh, it could be true. Lay that pipe, jab it home.
Oh, yeah.
they're watching the pornos.
And how they edited the...
Yeah, that was funny. That made me laugh, too. They were like, yeah, they ain't gonna like them pornos. That shit had me cracking up. I was like, that's a good prank. See, they kind of started it, actually.
They did. The girls did.
I was like, they kind of started it, because I'm like, it is a prank movie.
Gentlemen, start your boners.
Yep. That's a good quote, too. Should I take the car or should I take Debbie?
Oh, yeah.
What he's like, I'm giving you a choice. He's like, this is a fair trade.
Oh, yeah. The car has low mileage and handles like a dream.
Yep.
Well, so
Debbie. Yeah. That was my next quote. That was my next quote. Yep. Nick, or is it Mr. Dick? Is that the foot long?
And then some.
You're a pimp? You look like Gandhi.
I got girls to sit on your face. For some reason, that's what he says right after he says he looks like Gandhi.
Yeah, that shit's funny as hell. I also do engine work on BMWs.
Oh, yeah.
When he bangs that tranny, bro.
Oh, yeah. I just bet my balls and shook on it.
Shook on it, yo. Look at the cans on that bimbo.
Oh,
I was like, Jesus.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Because he says that right after he says, it's actually really great. Hold on. I'm so
There's
sorry.
some lines in here. I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, I understand. Don't worry about it. To tell you the truth, I'm envious. I wish I had someone who was in my every thought. somebody I could spend all my time with, someone I could really respect. Hey, look at the cans on that
bimbo. Yep.
Like, Neil.
I was like, geez, that shit was so funny.
Yeah.
Break it in. Oh, no. I got the key.
Oh, yeah.
She pees standing up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, when he's showering.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, that ain't gonna undo what you just did.
No.
That's literally what I said. I was like,
that's how I'm wondering. Like, how does he not know?
Yo, that's what I'm like, dude. Like, he must have just,
because he's rubbing his junk off.
Yep, he must have just poked it in the back.
Yeah.
Door, and I'm like, he wasn't like, man, you tight, girl. Like, yeah, a little dry. Move it up.
Ugh.
Yeah. Gross. And that's all I got. You got any more of them?
Let's see. What the hell are you doing? I'm slashing my wrist with an electric razor.
Electric razor?
Yeah, I couldn't find any razor blades. Well, at least your wrist will be smooth and kissable.
Yep, yo. So I have that in rewatchable scenes. That was the funniest scene with that dude. I was like, is he trying to slit his fucking wrist with an electric razor?
Mr. Thompson, he says he's having a wonderful time and he's thinking of changing his name to Spike. Let's see here. Just where do you think you are? The Library of Congress? Detroit? Beyond the sun?
Stupid. I'm like, these guys are ridiculous.
A strange wang right in my palm.
There were some lines in this damn thing.
Oh my God. This is a good scene, actually. Who was that? I don't know. And what's this? When he points to the arrow? Because it's Rick and O'Neill with the arrow.
When they're shooting at him.
Yeah, and what's this? Search me. And then another arrow hits the wall. What about this? Still drawing a blank. And then they see Cole through the window. He looked familiar to you? Yep. Get the hookers in a circle. We're going to put Cochise out of business.
Put the hookers in a circle.
Rick, I want Debbie. You dump her, and I'll give you cash. $10,000 plus a GE toaster oven, a Linton microwave, a Cuisinart, Michelin tires, brand new, a set of Sears best metric tools. Yeah, you're right. He's just like, what the?
Like, why do you have all this shit that you just have to give away?
Yeah.
A GE toaster oven. I'm like, yo, come on, bro.
Yeah, she pees standing up, not her. Ugh. That's funny. It's, oh, yeah. Something with the syringe. Yeah, there's actually a lot of good lines just came from Tom Hanks, probably ad-libbing.
Yeah, he probably made some of this shit up, I'm sure.
Oh, Debbie, are there going to be girls at the party? No, it's a stag party, and that means that the does stay home. I'm not talking about the does. I'm talking about hookers. Those. No. She should have said hoes.
Yeah, she should have said hoes. Yeah. It's 84.
Yeah,
like hoes wasn't really like
a first. Oh, yeah, wait, Tina is the doctor's wife.
Yeah, and I don't remember what the fuck. Wait, let me go back. Oh, who don't you say nothing to?
Tina. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, because it's when he goes when he's getting the blood test. Yeah,
and he's the worst doctor ever. I'm like, bro, what the hell are you doing with my man's arm?
Yeah,
that's funny. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're good, man. Because it's just.
No, you get a bunch of. It's a lot of goofy ones.
It is.
What's aged the best?
What's aged the best?
That was actually tough to.
Honestly, I was gonna say, I think Tom Hanks' performance. Yes. And the thing is, if you look at Rick, and this is gonna be kind of weird, but if you look at him as the movie progresses, because like you said, he's an immature asshole, just like Mr. Thompson said.
Yep.
But by the time they're like at the party and Brad is there and everything, Rick is like, I think you said he's more like the dad figure.
Yeah.
Kind of like keeping everyone calm and in control. And he keeps saving Brad's life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he keeps doing.
He does. He's trying to drown himself.
Yeah. And he saved him.
He saved him from the razor.
He saved him from the razor. He ended up saving him from the drugs inadvertently because of the donkey.
Because the donkey. Yeah. The donkey. Yeah. The donkey ate all the damn drugs.
And then dies. We forgot to say that scene.
Yeah, he did. Well, I think I had.
Okay.
I was going to talk about it here on what's aged the worst.
So I think Rick, maturing.
Yeah.
Because I think it showed in the film that he is ready for marriage, whereas his friends, even his brother, who is married, isn't ready for marriage.
Yeah, I'm like,
but out of all of them, he is.
For sure. Yeah. Even though he's the most immature dude ever.
Yeah, I think that's what's aged the best. A lot of the jokes are kind of, you have to be like, okay, this is the 80s.
This is the 80s.
Yeah. Like the Indian dude is a stereotype.
Yes. Oh my God.
The Asian dudes are stereotypes.
I was like, a lot of this wouldn't fly today. So,
but if you take it as being, okay, 1984, they probably filmed it in 83.
Yep.
So, okay, they were still doing crazy shit.
Getting racy, yeah.
Yeah,
that's probably what aged the best out of everything.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Tawny Kitaen did
not.
Although her back then, she still looks great.
Looked great. Oh, yeah. And,
and like you said, that outfit she had on when she had the wig and everything.
Yes, sir. I was like, yes, sir. So I didn't put her in What's Aged the Worst because I don't speak ill will of the dead.
Yeah, but we're thinking of just the film.
Just the film.
Yeah.
What's Aged the Worst?
The rest of the film.
Yeah. I said bachelor parties, driving school buses as cars, short shorts, animals doing drugs.
Short shorts.
Yo, them shorts are up. I'm like, drugs was up.
Well, that's why, a lot of like tennis players, female tennis players, you might think they're trans because you can see their balls under their skirt.
Yeah.
But the same thing with those shorts.
Them shorts, man. I'm like, one wrong move, you're coming out, bro. Yeah. I'm like, geez. Yeah, short shorts, animals doing drugs, banging hookers at bachelor parties when you're married.
Yeah, and they had enough condoms, so
they definitely did. He's being safe at least.
Yeah, because there was still a pile of unopened condoms after all the balloons.
They probably didn't fucking use them. Racial stereotypes.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a few. Yeah, that was it. That was a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah, that's most of the movie.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean it's bad. It's just you wouldn't see this shit in a movie now. Most rewatchable scenes. The opening with the school bus.
Yes. Because you're introduced to Rick.
Yep. The cooking scene.
Oh, yeah.
That shows you how fucking goofy he is.
Oh, yeah, because he's like
blowtorching meat. I'm like, what are you doing?
Because all the burners were.
Yeah, of course. When they have lunch with the parents, of course. When the girls fuck with the pornos and they watch them. When the girls pull up to the bridal shower, the hookers pull up to the bridal shower.
Yes. Yeah, with Tina.
With Tina.
Yeah.
Yes, with Tina. Yeah. And she's like, oh, what's his name? It's like, come on, it's like these are your friends. That shit was funny. And the black chick just can't stop smiling. It's funny as hell. When the dude tries to cut his wrist with the electric shaver.
Yeah, Brad. Good old Brad.
The temptation scene where he's tempted to fuck her. And he has, he plays it all on his head.
Oh, that was great.
That was a good scene.
Because he sees everyone's face on her body. Including the nun. Yeah. Like, man, the nun's titties definitely ain't that nice. And his brother.
He sees his brother.
Look at my tits.
Look at my tits. I was like, that was funny. I was like, that was one of the better scenes for sure.
And the kids are standing there with him.
Yeah, and they're like, do it, bro. Yeah. They're like, what's good? I was like, oh my God. Oh, this is devil and angel on the shoulder shit. I had the full moon when his ass is in the window.
Oh, yeah. Cole's ass.
Yep. And the fight in the movie theater, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had the wedding.
Yeah. And it's great because the wedding has the callback to the scene where he made her dinner.
Yeah.
Because he goes for...
Yes, that's right. That shit's funny. That was cute.
We're married now. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Best characters. I had Rick and Debbie. And friends.
Yeah, I mean, O'Neill. Rudy. Gary. Mike.
All those guys suck.
So O'Neill sucks.
O'Neill's cool.
Okay, so
O'Neill's cool.
So Rick, Debbie, and O'Neill.
I think he's the only one I can hang out with.
Yeah.
Him and Rick. I could not hang with the little Jewish dude. Definitely couldn't hang with the mechanic dude.
Wait, what about Raja? That's the pimp.
Oh yeah, he's great. He is great. If you want to go like a quick character, sure. He is fucking funny.
He is great.
Worst characters though, I just had Cole and Ed. I didn't put any of the even though I didn't love the friends. Even though I didn't love the friends, I wouldn't put them in worst. They're in purgatory.
Yeah. Purgatory.
Yeah, so
they're on their way to hell. They might redeem themselves.
Especially the brother. I feel like I should put the brother in worst characters. Yeah. I was like, I feel like I should put the brother in worst characters. Yeah, he would go on worse. He was
but when his wife starts beating the shit,
that was cracking up. I was like, girl, beat his ass.
But the thing is, she was dancing.
She was doing her thing too. But man, she ain't fuck him.
That's true. You're right.
Bro, my man's, and he was planning, bro. He knew as soon as he found out his brother was getting married, he's like, I'm getting some ass. That simple. He's like, thank God I was hoping somebody get married, have an excuse to get some ass. Like, he was praying for it.
I think one of my favorite scenes is in the doctor's office when they introduce the sister-in-law and she takes her finger out of the guy's ass.
I was like, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, she was.
And she's going to like hug him.
And you like, don't expect that chick to be with him because she was, heavier set. Yeah. Like kind of, she wasn't ugly, but she wasn't, and I think the whole point though was kind of to be like, this is why this guy wants to cheat. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's a day standard. She'd be getting all the dudes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, but all right. Nitpicks, did you have any? I mean, I kind of put my nitpicks in what's aged the worst.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of nitpicks if
you pick it to death.
There's
tons of. You could write a book on nitpicks in this movie. That's what I was like. I'm not going to sit here and point any one. There's tons, especially in the party scenes in the hotel.
There's
a million. But I was like, it all flows for the stupidness of it.
I guess, like, would a mule or a donkey do that much coke?
No, right? Yeah, he's doing lines.
Yeah, he's
doing lines.
He is.
I was like, it was one thing when he ate the pills.
Yes,
but he's doing lines because he started slow. He ate a bowl of chips.
Yes.
Then he worked his way up to drugs, and then he's doing lines, actual lines, and no one's saying anything.
No, and you're like,
But that could be a nitpick for sure. But that just goes with the fucking shenanigans. So it's like, you kind of need that. So that's why I was like, I don't.
It makes sense in context.
It does. As weird as that is, like the fact if you were like, Drew, there wasn't a donkey doing blow at that party, like that's shocking. You know what I'm saying? All right, recasting couch.
Okay,
Rick.
Okay, my man Jack Quaid.
That's actually really great.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that a lot more than who I picked. I picked somebody too suave. Jack Quaid is perfect. He's
that's what I was thinking.
Age. I picked Austin Butler, but
Austin Butler would be good for O'Neill.
He would be good for O'Neill now that I'm thinking about it.
I said Glenn Powell for O'Neill.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah.
I had Chalamet for O'Neill.
Chalamet would probably be
a better Rick though.
Well, see, I don't know. I think someone like Jack Quaid.
No, we're going Jack Quaid for Rick for sure.
Yeah.
For Jay, since we're talking about Jay, I actually do like Glenn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think him and Jack Quaid would actually pair together kind of nice.
Because
I went Pretty Boys. I went Austin Butler and Timothy.
Yeah.
But I think I like Quaid and O'Neill as O'Neill. Or Quaid and Powell as Rick and O'Neill. That's good. Yeah, let's roll with that.
Okay.
Debbie, who you said you couldn't think of?
I couldn't think of anyone because I'm trying to think because anyone who's like actually age appropriate for the age she was looks like they're 12 years old nowadays.
Yep.
So that was my problem.
Well, I went with somebody who's older than her, but not by a lot, who could easily play her age. For whatever reason, I felt like these two women kind of looked alike in this movie, even though they're different races. I went with Zendaya.
You know what? That would actually make sense.
When I was looking at Tony's face, I was like, her features remind me of Zendaya. The high cheekbones, the way their lips are. Like, yeah, she's white, but like, Zendaya's not dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and I could see,
Jack Quaid would definitely fuck Zendaya.
Yeah, I could see them having good on-screen chemistry. Yeah.
And they're like, because Jack Quaid's a little older. He's like my age. So, like, So, he would have been older than Hanks was in the movie, but they probably look around the same age.
But she would be older than Tawny Kitaen was.
But so she looked her age, though.
Yeah.
Like Zendaya and Tawny Kitaen look. Zendaya's 28. Tawny Kitaen looked 28.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So
that, I think that, but you didn't have anyone, huh?
No, because I was stuck because it's like.
Because she's got to be hot, and she's got to be kind of too hot for him.
Yeah.
And Zendaya's definitely too hot for Jack Quaid.
Because I was thinking, like, for some reason lately, I keep seeing Sydney Sweeney everywhere.
I do not like that.
But I know you don't. That's why I didn't pick her.
She can play this role.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't pick her.
But then you got her and Glenn Powell in the same movie.
But I haven't really seen her in anything. That's the weird thing. It just keeps coming up.
You can watch the movie she did with Glenn Powell.
See, on my news feed.
He's good in it, but she's...
On my news feed, because we did Barbarella and she's attached to a remake, shit with her keeps coming up because I was looking at Barbarella stuff like a year and a half ago.
I don't like her for that.
That's why.
I know. I just don't. I'm just not she's just not good. She's just not good. She's not that good of an actress. Everyone's like, oh, but in Euphoria. I'm like, she was okay. She was probably the 5th best actor in the show. Like Zendaya, Jacob Elordi, Alexa Demi. I'm like, hell, even Hunter Schafer. They're all better than her in the show. So I don't want to hear she's great. Hell, the dude who plays the gay dad is better. Like, shit. Sorry.
Gay Dad is a great British man from the late 90s, by the way.
Oh, okay.
There was a DJ, I think he was a DJ who was tired of the way music was, so he formed a band to try to do music the way he wanted it to be, and they called themselves Gay Dad. They were actually pretty good.
All right, Gay Dad.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so we did Jay.
Yeah.
Ed, the dad.
I put Steve Martin.
Too old?
I know he's old.
He's old as fuck.
But he still looks younger than this dude looked in Bachelor Party.
A little bit. Steve Martin's always looked old.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
yeah.
In the 70s, he looked old.
So maybe, I hate to say like a Martin Short type. I want someone who's like
Ben Stiller.
Oh, Ben Stiller. Because he is older.
He's old. Ben Stiller's like 60.
Yeah.
And he'd be old enough to be convincing that he's still this chick's dad.
Wait, could he be Zendaya's dad?
Yeah. His wife's just black.
You know what? You're right.
Black wife.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
This is 2025.
You're right.
This is for the modern day.
You're right.
So he could totally have a hot black wife, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
And we know Ben Stiller like them dark chicks, yo. Yeah, I'm like, I think he could do it. He got the grays in now.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and he would be funny. Like,
he would be.
You're an asshole. Okay, like that.
Yeah.
Be great there.
Yeah, because him
and Jack Quaid, they'd be fucking funny.
Because like, let's say like 30 years ago, if they would have remade it, even though 30 years ago it would have only been like 11 years old, his dad would have been perfect for that role. Yeah, you're right, Jerry Stiller. Yeah. So Ben makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing it in my head. You're right.
I'll take it. Cole.
Our guy who played Chevy Chase in Saturday Night, Corey Michael Smith.
That's good. That's real good. I had your boy that you don't like, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
You know, I do like Aaron Taylor Johnson. Believe it or not, I think he's a great actor. I think
he's good too.
I think they just give him shitty movies.
Yeah, like God, he needs to quit letting his wife be his agent.
Yes, exactly.
Like, stop letting your wife be your agent.
Yeah,
like she's picking like Nosferatu is a good pick, but like. Just because that movie did well, I didn't love it, but just because it did well, I'm like, but dude, if she told you to do Craven, like, you need to fire her, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Craven wasn't about Craven, like if it was just let's just say like a shitty action movie,
some movie, yeah,
he would have been great because he was good in it. It's just it was a bad movie, and I think that's the problem with Aaron Taylor Johnson is like. He's great in everything he does. It's just he's in bad movies. That's the problem. But he's always good.
He is good.
It's a waste.
I like him.
It's a waste of his talent. I get so upset because he played John Lennon in some movie.
Oh yeah, Nowhere Boy.
Yes, yeah.
He was great in that.
And like he was great in Kick-Ass.
Yep. I think his wife actually directed Nowhere Boy.
Really?
I think so.
Is that? Oh yeah, because
she's a director, but that's the only good movie she directed. She did like 50 Shades and shit.
Oh,
yeah. She went down after that.
But
yeah, so I'll take Corey Michael Hall though, or Corey Michael Smith.
Yeah.
I love that
because I want to see him in more stuff.
That's what I was like. I just want to see him in more stuff. The guy who played Dan Aykroyd.
Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien. He's about to be in something coming out. Looks pretty good. I forgot what it was, but he's about to be in something.
Corey Michael Smith is in something with Steve Carell that's coming out at the end of this month from the creator of Succession. I think it's a movie. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on Netflix or Max or something.
I'll watch that.
But it's something. I did see that.
That kid, he's great. Shit, I got a Saturday Night on Blu-ray. I might have to pop that in later. That's my shit.
He was the Riddler in the show Gotham.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, director. One of two.
I said Todd Phillips.
I said Todd Phillips. I was like Todd Phillips or Kevin Smith.
Because Kevin Smith would be great too.
Because like I said, these two dudes were clearly influenced by this movie.
Yeah.
Because I thought of them too the whole time, but I went with Todd Phillips because just the Hangover vibe.
And I know he wants to get away after like
the
Joker 2 and
something fun again.
Yeah, he's like this would be perfect.
Fun. Yeah, he's like, I have some fun. So yeah, I went with Todd Phillips. Yeah. Unanswerable questions. I mean, the only one really is like, do they stay together?
Yeah. Do they make it in spite of her parents?
Differences? Yeah. Prop you want from the movie? Porsche redesign.
Donkey. Dead donkey.
I'll take the Coke. That was I'm kidding.
No, you know what? So the Porsche after Rudy gets it fixed.
No, Porsche before he gets it.
Oh,
fixed.
okay.
Yeah.
I want it after.
That thing was terrible. I want it when they're looking at it out the window for the first time.
I want it so like as soon as you start it up, it does the Mexican. That's what I want.
Yeah, bro, that's funny. All right.
So I guess Rudy is their Mexican mechanic friend.
He's basically Rudy. He's Cheech.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about it. You're right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because Cheech was a mechanic.
And he was a mechanic, bro. Oh, my God. I was like, he's Cheech.
You're right. Maybe
these films connect.
Born in East LA might be a sequel. That's what happened to Rudy after.
This is Rudy later, bro.
Yeah.
He fucking moved to Cali. They probably already in California. He's like, he went to East LA.
So this is Bachelor Parties before he joined the Army.
Before he joined
he got married.
Yep, he went to the Army. And
and then East LA is after.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
That's funny. Anyone who's seen these two movies will find that funny. So let's put a grade on it. On Letterboxd, I give it a 3 stars out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, I give it a 3.
So here I was thinking you'd probably give it a 75 to an 80.
I would give it like a 72.
So
like a high C minus.
So like a 7.2.
Yeah, 7 point. Nah. If I was giving this out of 10, it would be like probably like a 6.2.
Oh, really?
Somewhere around there.
But it's 72%.
Yeah, 72%. I'm gonna give it a C.
I was gonna give it a 75.
It's not a bad film. I laughed at it. I had a great time with it. It's definitely a fun one if you're gonna have an 80s night and just watch a bunch of 80s movies.
And it's definitely of its time.
For sure. And if you miss, that old raunchy, I don't give a fuck humor, this is definitely up your alley. As I do miss that, and I love that this movie didn't have to apologize for it.
Yeah.
So Batman Begins.
Yeah, is that okay?
That is totally cool.
Because then by the time
we've been doing some goofy shit,
but by the time we put it out, it'll be the 20th anniversary.
But shout out to Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan.
Yes, and David Goyer, the writer.
Oh, yeah.
Because he and Christopher Nolan really...
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of hands involved in this that made this great.
Yeah. I mean... and I can't think of his name now. He's going to be in The Naked Gun. Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Oh, he's great.
Katie Holmes.
She's the worst part of this movie.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman is great.
Yeah.
He's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I much prefer Maggie Gyllenhaal, but anyway, that's later in life. All right.
Yeah.
I'm Dom, guys.
I'm Jamie.
That's the Cutting Room Floor.